Hey, Jeremy here from LATT SEO. In this video, I'm walking through the steps I took to help this client's local rankings improve from this on December 10th to this on December 17th. And the biggest processes I always work on with SEO initially would be making sure the site itself is optimized correctly. And this would be titles, descriptions, content, internal linking structure, making sure you have keywords in the correct spots on the page, and making sure that the site itself is optimized correctly. And for almost every single project I work on, the first and initial process is working through and making sure that all of the on-page and technical SEO elements are taken care of, because without that, link building and domain strength doesn't matter a whole ton if your site is not optimized for the keywords and phrases you want to rank for. Now, that being said, for a local project, the biggest ranking factor is name, address, and phone number citations. And if I'm familiar with that is, NAP is name, address, A is address, P is phone number, and a citation is basically a link or a mention of that element for your specific business somewhere online. And the keys for local ranking are making sure that you are consistent with the usage of your NAP format on your site, your Google Business Profile, any directory you have. Any mention of your business online, if it includes your name, your address, and your phone number, should be in the same format and should always be consistent. And what I mean there is if you're an LLC and your actual business name on your Google Business Profile is business name LLC, you want to use that in the format in your footer on your website or on your contact page on your site and in any directory mention you have as well. You want to make sure to have that consistently throughout the internet, basically. Now, next part is to make sure that you claim and update listings, and you want to regularly audit and update your listings on platforms like Yelp, Bing Places, other local directories. And the reason for this is if you have an address change, for example, or you change and you are no longer branding yourself as business name LLC, what I mean by that is if you have business name LLC or something like that, or business consulting for whatever, you want to make sure that you have this exact structure. And if you have a period there, put a period there. If you don't, do not. Same thing here with this. You want to make sure you have consistency throughout these. And that is a massive factor for making sure your name, address, phone number, and citations are set up correctly. Now, there are tools here. One of the ones I'm using now is called SE Ranking. And this has the ability to sync these updates here. So this client that I mentioned here with these results, they actually switched address locations at the end of November. So we updated the address on the site, Google Maps, or Google My Business, Google Business Profile, and then updated the address on every page on their site, and then added the sync functionality here with SE Ranking. And what this does here is checks to make sure these listings are set up and synced correctly based on the new address or whatever address you have in here, and regularly checks them to ensure consistency. And as this is going through and continuing to update these, we're continuing to see new results populate here. And the benefit here is this auto syncs these address updates or address changes with any of these directory listings here and sends updates to these sites here to say, hey, we have a new address, update our listing in your directory. And then it works to sync all of these correctly. So we maintain that consistency with the name, address, phone number. The next part then is to always focus on quality over quantity. Change that style there. You always want to focus on quality over quantity. And what I mean there is if you look at this citation list here, most of these sites are probably sites you've heard. Definitely Google, Facebook, Yelp, Foursquare, Bing, Apple Maps, MapQuest, TripAdvisor, Uber Eats, things like that. When you get into some of the other directories, you have to be careful because you still, oftentimes, if you have a name, address, phone number listing, you also have a website listing or a link to your site. And you have to be careful there because some of those links are not high quality at all, and you may not actually want those links. But I'll get to a bonus tip on how you can still use those or some of those sites in a couple minutes here. Now, next part then is to make sure that you're optimizing your Google Business Profile, of course. And this is one of the most important citations because this is the one that you want to build everything consistently around. And the Google Business Profile should be optimized not only in the way that you have all your business information in there, but you want to make usage of the profile as well as you can to have optimized images in there. Use the FAQ section and then use posts as well. And then lastly here, and this is the bonus tip that I just mentioned, is you want to, or you can, build citations without including a backlink. So you can go to a website that may be relatively low quality, and you can have a citation on there without building a link to your site. And so what I mean by that is most citations will be company name, 123 Main Street in Orlando, Florida. And then the website will be websitename.com. And this oftentimes will turn into a link. What you can do though is just build the citation without including the link. And this is still a mention or a name, address, phone number listing of your brand on the internet. And this can help you to build the relevancy and the association of your name, address, phone number listings without building a link on a potentially low quality site. So these are the processes I focus on and look at from a local SEO perspective. And this is basically what I'm seeing as one of the, if not the most important process to make sure this is set up and done correctly, especially for local. And that's it. Hope you got some value from this video. If you did, subscribe to my channel. It helps me out. I'd appreciate it. And if you're looking for help with your SEO, fill out the contact form in the description or in the comment section. I'll take a look at your site and see how I can best help you with your SEO. And that's it. See you in the next one.